Hello there everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of the Library News. I am your friendly librarian, and let's dive right in. We're sort of, after the holidays now, entering that lull where there's not as much going on. So I just want to give you some quick updates on what is happening, programs for teens, virtual programs, and then also we're going to do something that I've never done on the Library News before. So it might get wild. We'll find out. Probably not. All right, so first things first, at the Oliver Wolcott Library, they are continuing their Dungeons and Dragons virtual campaign that runs on Fridays at 6, I believe. And they're also offering a challenge to all students in the district and, in town, I should say, 12 books in 12 months. Read one book per month to participate in that. For more information, go to owlibrary.org/teens. Now, over at the Torrington Library, there's some really cool programming coming up. There's the three things that they do every month. So there is the Teen Advisory Board, which plans library programming, and you can get community service for that. Secondly is the GSA that they've started running, which is a completely teen-run GSA. I know that we have one here, but it would be really cool to connect with teens from other towns for that common mission. So that's worth checking out. And then the third one is the Teen Trivia that they do every month. Now we also have coming up today or tomorrow, based on when you're seeing this video, it's Wednesday, January 13th at 6 o'clock is the second installment of my series at the Torrington Library, which is a workshop on creative writing with a focus on poetry and writing lyrics and music. So this is a great hobby to pick up. It's a great time to pick it up as there's less to do outside with the weather and COVID and such. It's a great way to kind of get your thoughts out on paper and organize them and really help sharpen your mind and your lyrical verbal skills. So it's definitely worth checking out. It doesn't matter if you made it to the first session or not. Each session is unique, so I would encourage you to check that out. You do need to sign up ahead of time so that you can get the link to join. All right, and then also next week, Wednesday, January 20th, they're offering a hot cocoa bomb workshop. So this, I don't actually really know what that is. I'm out of touch with pop culture in some ways. But apparently it's pretty awesome. You can make a hot chocolate bomb, and apparently this is delicious, and this is a fun thing to do that you want to do. So if you swing by the Torrington Library, let them know ahead of time. They'll give you a kit with everything you need. All you need to get is the mold and have some fun and get some delicious hot chocolate bombs while you're at it. All right, so if you're interested in any of those programs, you can go to torringtonlibrary.org, go to Teen Events to sign up, or for any of the events at either of the libraries, simpler way to get there is my library website. If you go to litchfieldschools.org, high school, and then click on Library Media Center, it brings you to my site, and the virtual events tab will link you to all of that stuff. So check it out. Hope to see you there, especially at the creative writing workshop. All right, next up, we're doing something new on the Library News. Makes sense. And it's a little bit, just for a little bit of fun. So this is, I'm calling it Streaming Pages. And really, I just made that up. I didn't really think about the name very hard. But here's the idea, is that at this point, a lot of people get their TV and movies from streaming services like Netflix, Hulu, and Disney+. And there are a lot of great shows and movies on these services that are based on books. So I wanted to share with you some of the stories behind the stories on your favorite streaming services. So we're going to start off with Netflix. A couple of years ago, Netflix came out with the show The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, which the most recent season has just come out, I think a few months ago. and it's a remake of the old TV show Sabrina the Teenage Witch, but it is a more modern, darker take on it. And it also spawned this series of novels. The cool thing about this is that the novels do not follow the exact story of the show. They add more stories into Sabrina's experiences. So if you really enjoyed the show and you're looking for more, definitely check out these books. We've got a few of them. All right, similarly, recently, last year, Netflix released a movie about Enola Holmes, who is the younger sister of the famous detective Sherlock Holmes. Well, like her brother, she is very smart. She's got an eye for detail and a mind for solving crimes, and she wants to do that. However, unlike her brother, she is a woman, and so she is not expected to do these sorts of things. She's expected to have tea and be dainty and wear dresses. So she goes against those expectations to solve mysteries and crimes. There's a lot of action and adventure in these. And so we've got the whole 6-book series here. And once again, they're telling different stories than the movie. So if you enjoyed it, it adds more to it. All right, my personal favorite streaming service is Disney Plus. I absolutely love it. So I want to start off by telling you about Ahsoka from the Star Wars universe. So this is kind of a crossover. She first made her appearance on the animated show The Clone Wars, which was originally on Netflix. Now it's on Disney Plus because they bought all things Star Wars. She also makes an appearance in Season 2 of The Mandalorian. Ahsoka is a Force user. She is powerful. She's one of the most awesome characters in the Star Wars expanded universe, who has finally really found her way to the spotlight, and you get to learn her origin story in this book. All right, also we've got The Magnolia Sword, The Ballad of Mulan. So Mulan was a cartoon, and then Disney just released the live-action remake at the end of last year. So this is a book based on the same legend as those movies. It tells the story of Mulan. She also does not fit in with her time period. She's athletic. She wants to do more than what her gender role is for her. When her village is called to war, her father must go because he has no sons, but he's old and weak and he will not hold up well. So in the night, she steals his armor, poses as a man, and joins the military for a lot of action and adventure in this groundbreaking story. Lastly, if you have talked to me anytime recently, you probably know my favorite thing on Disney Plus is the musical Hamilton. I cannot get enough of it still. So I want to share with you this book, I, Eliza Hamilton. Behind the most timeless of heroes stands an exceptional heroine. Alexander Hamilton was an awesome, influential figure. However, his wife, Elizabeth Schuyler, aka Eliza Hamilton, was amazing and influential in her own ways. She really helped build the Hamilton legacy, the American legacy, and this is a historical fiction where you get to see the events of their romance and her work from her point of view. All right, moving on now to Hulu. Not a lot of their originals are based on books, but their best, most famous one is, and that is The Handmaid's Tale. This is a dystopian story. It takes place in the future where there's a lot of government control over people's bodies, who can have children, and they're forced to do it. There's a lot of layers to this. So if you enjoy those kinds of stories about extreme government control and then the networks of people who oppose that, rebel, organize to take down tyrannical government, you would definitely enjoy The Handmaid's Tale and its sequels. All right, and last but not least, we're going to squeeze in HBO or HBO Max. I don't have Game of Thrones in a high school library. That's really not appropriate. But as you become an adult, I do recommend reading those books. They are amazing. However, HBO recently acquired DC, and so they've got the brand new Wonder Woman movie, Wonder Woman 1984, on HBO Max. So this is Wonder Woman Warbringer, which retells Diana's origin story, and in a novel version. That's from a series. There's also one by Marie Lu, the author of the Legend trilogy, which is awesome. And this talks about Bruce Wayne before he was Batman. And last but not least, not an original, but on HBO is a movie called Just Mercy, and that, as well as this book, are based on the real life person of Bryan Stevenson, who dedicated his law career to exonerating people who were wrongly convicted. So getting justice, not only for the guilty, but for the innocent, is a really important work that he's done, and we thank him for it. Right, so enjoy the shows, enjoy the movies, enjoy the books. Check out the books, check out the programs, especially the creative writing workshop on Wednesday. And hopefully I will see you there. If not, I will catch you next week on the Library News. This is your friendly librarian saying peace out.